What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. A few things I want to talk about. I don't think I'm gonna turn this into a major podcast, or I do. I'm the king of all, And now I noticed too the trend. Everybody want to live stream and do their videos. I'm trying to tell you, man. Next Gen is a trendsetter, man. No ideas original, nothing new under the sun. But anyway. There was much speculation that, rumors, I told you guys that was not an official site. It was like some blog website of someone giving their opinion. But they were saying, people remember saying that the Xbox Scorpio would not be using Zen. Now, they just had another meeting, I guess, so with AMD. I have a couple of the articles, but I'm not going to just show you here the graphic. It's basically to it. This is from their keynote, I guess with their board of directors and shareholders. 2017, 2018 introduced next generation graphics and processor products. Server and instruction, market share, but right here, the processor product, next generation, 2017, 2018. And they just entered into production, or the first stage of it, whatever. The most likely, more likely than not, that the Xbox Project Scorpio will be using Zen or something similar to Zen. It may be custom, but yeah. So anyway, enough of that. Let me get the hell out of here. Microsoft, it's crazy because you go to places like, well, let me say this over again. Microsoft reconfirmed that every Xbox One or Xbox exclusive will indeed run 4K native. Will not be upscaled 4K or not this checkerboard technique. It will indeed be 4K native. Now it's crazy as hell because this article that he's I believe it's a couple days old. And we'll be talking about recall. I think it's at least about 3 days ago. And you go to places like N4G. Maya, sit your ass down and cool out. You go to places like N4G, and there's no mention of it. Had there been Sony saying that, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be 4K native or anything like that, it'll be plastered all across N4G. I can tell you, this stuff is crazy. But anyway, shout out to my man over there at Xbox, man. He keeps the official, non-biased news when it comes to the Xbox. But check it out right here. All Microsoft exclusive will render at native 4K on Xbox Scorpio, says Shannon Lothis. I probably butchered his last name. My man, we're going to call him Shanny Shan, has confirmed that that every Xbox One exclusive will indeed be 4K native. So that means, and not even so much that, even you can listen to what Phil said, that the games with exclusives right now, or the games that are being made, even by third party, are being patched with the files and stuff to run better and higher graphic fidelity, a higher frame rate, higher resolution on Xbox Scorpio, Project Scorpio, which I wish they kind of keep the name, because we're so used to saying Scorpio. Like the same thing with the PS4 Neo. We're so used to saying the PS4 Neo. I don't really care for the PS4 Pro, but honestly, I think Microsoft, they have to be more vocal about this. You know what I mean? They have to come out and tell the public and brag and boast about the strength of your console. You know what I mean? Sony is launching their more powerful console this November. Microsoft, yours is not going to be out for the year. So what you have to do, you have to take to the media, the IGNs, and reconfirm that yes, our games will look noticeably better than what's on the viable console, the PS4 Pro. You know what I mean? And like I said, and again, it's not a big deal to me, but this generation, for the last 3 years, resolution and frame rates have been the arguing point, all on Digital Foundry. And look how the narrative is changing. I was reading something on Digital Foundry Eurogame when they were saying, how Sony achieved 4K without actually doing 4K, and it's this, that, and the other. When games didn't become when games were not a native 1080p on the Xbox One, it may have been 900p or whatever, or 1080p, a dynamic resolution. It didn't say anything with how Microsoft achieves 1080p without do it 1080p. You know what I mean? But now it's okay for Sony. But it's like I said, the Xbox Scorpio will be huge for console gamers. You know what I mean? We have never on a console been able to achieve or play a game in native 4K. Like, it's going to be huge, especially if Microsoft can give us this console about $450 to $500. They'll tell you before, like, this console is going to outperform a lot of people's gaming rig. That's not my opinion. This is fact. Less than 3% of PC gamers are able to game in 4K native. I don't care if it's 4K 12 frames a second. Less than 3% of everyone that plays with PC gamers are able to game in 4K. So, you know what I'm saying? Everyone that buys a Scorpio 100% will be able to game in 4K. Like, this is bananas. But it says, during an interview with USA Today, that's what it was, Microsoft Shannon, who works at the general manager of Microsoft Studios. Let me make this a little bigger. So one more time, make it a little bit bigger. Okay. During an interview with USA Today, Microsoft Shannon Lothis, who works as the general manager of Microsoft Studios, said that any games we're making that we're launching in the Scorpio's time frame, we're making sure that they can natively render at 4K. This is a great comment by the general manager, as it adds confidence to the company's native 4K claims. So guess what? It wouldn't even be out of the question to see Recore. You know what I mean? Of course, it also too, like I say, so a lot of people just don't pay attention to what they're saying. Gears of War 4 will be native 4K on the Xbox Scorpio. What did Rod Ferguson said? Said Gears of War 4 was made with the Scorpio in mind. You know, Forza Horizon 3, we saw it all running for, and that game was already beautiful. My God, my God, my God. You know, you saw it running on a 4K monitor and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, these games are right now being patched with, you know, to run better, higher graphic fidelity, higher resolution, you know, higher frame rate, whatever the case may be, to come out next year. So, like I said, a lot of these multi-plat games that are coming out now that will support the PS4 Pro, will have a Pro mode. These same multi-plats are releasing on the Xbox One S, and it's the same Xbox One OG. You know what I mean? So also those games there will also run and look better on the Xbox Scorpio. It says many analysts and gaming media personnel have questioned Microsoft claims that the Xbox Scorpio will feature 16 flops. Also, too, I've heard a few things, the rumblings, not to say, but not from my main man. I actually haven't spoken to him in a while. And again, I don't like to ask him stuff, and so, you know, that is his job. If he tells me some things, fine, it is what it is. But I haven't spoken to my main man in a minute. But there have been some other rumblings, like some people are saying 6.5 teraflops. I've heard 6.7. I've heard 6.8. I even heard 7. But we shall see. The Scorpio will feature 6 teraflops of GPU performance and can render games at native 4K. This is mostly due to the fact that Sony's PlayStation 4 Pro is considerably weaker than their former and feature titles at 1440p resolution mostly. It's great to know that games that will launch alongside the Project Scorpio will be native 4K. That is a considerable jump over 1440p resolution. People are expecting, due to the PlayStation 4 Pro, because there was some other stuff better, or hope someone's just checking on who the hell this is. But for those, some people are happy. Some people don't have, sorry, not some people don't have. Some people are happy with what they got, you know what I mean? And they don't really see a big need to upgrade to the PS4 Pro. I'm looking at here, let's see this television with the Sony 55 and these televisions, these 4K televisions are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. This is $1,200 right here. But anyway, back to what I was saying. A lot of people don't see the need. And a lot of people were pissed off with Sony. And something that I've been saying for a minute, or just been saying, period, that they should have went with a better CPU on the PS4 Pro. You read here, PS4 Pro outdated CPU could bottleneck the performance. A lot of you guys were saying, you know what? Now it's wrong. All we need is 1080p 60. And you're not even going to get 1080p 60 with a lock 60 with, if you look at Tomb Raider, that's only 1080p 40 frames a second. Horizon Zero Dawn, 1080p 30, you know, upscaled to 4K 30, you know. That's to me, like I said, that's the, you know, and it's not that, again, I'm not saying games aren't gonna look good on the PS4 Pro. It just compared to their biggest, you know, competitor, which is the Xbox Scorpio, it's gonna be night and day. But it says here, Sony's new PS4 Pro leverages a brand new beefy Polaris GPU, but the console is missing the other half to the hardware equation, the CPU overhaul. I wish they would have put a beefier CPU in there. As such, the PS4 Pro Polaris GPU will likely be bottlenecked by its lower-end 8-core Jaguar CPU, even with overclocking, which means developers will have to make sacrifices across the board when upscaling games to PS4 games to 4K and enhancing them in 1080p. We took a look at why Sony made this decision, how Polaris GPUs are especially designed to be complemented by Zen CPUs in the SoC and APU form, and how the console outdated CPU will affect the PS4 Pro 4K and enhanced 1080p games. That right there is an issue. That is a problem. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Now, some of it are going to try to downplay this, try to damage control it. You can't. Like, you know what I mean? Sony really, you know, Sony really dropped the ball with that right there. That's crazy as hell. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm drinking my water. Hold on one second, ladies. Let me go to the chat and the comment section, see what you guys are talking about, man. Hold on. Let me go to the actual video here. Jesus, it looks blurry. 4K is clear in mode color. Let me go to the top here. So anyway, what do you guys feel about this? I mean, we're going to get Scalebound native 4K. I can't wait to play Scalebound. Halo Wars 2 native 4K. Games like Killer Instinct can be, that's going to be beautiful, can be patched 4K 60. I can't, oh my God. You know, there are a couple games that I like that came out thus far on the Xbox, like, you know, like I'm a big fan of Mortal Kombat. I would love to see that get a 4K patch, you know, 60 frames a second. That would be so ill. Now, Injustice 2 is coming out next year around the spring or so, March, April, I believe. I will probably be double dipping on that. I will be getting that for the Pro. And I'm gonna say this right, and I said this before again. Well, see, you said people say, well, next gen, if you have so much negative things to say about the PS4 Pro, why are you buying one? The reason why I'm getting the PS4 Pro, besides YouTube, because I don't have a PS4, period. You know what I mean? I traded in my PS4 Pro. I'm sorry, my steering PS4 when they were giving me $200 for it, and I didn't need two PS4s here. I was expecting a bigger bump in performance from the PS4 Pro. For those of you that have been rocking out with me for a while, you know I've been nothing, you know, but you know, I haven't been hating on Sony on the PS4 Neo. I've been, you know, I was looking forward to, you know me, I'm a big God of War fan, you know what I mean? But this is great, man. This is Microsoft still confirmed, but it'd be crazy how you don't see this like on some of the, you know, the fanboy sites, like, you know, M4G. No one's talking about it, you know what I mean? We can call it all game at 4K at 30, just like your Xbox Scorpio. I'm starting saving now, and in case I have a GTX 980, hold on, just gotta say. So what's up? What the hell? I don't know, what are you saying about the GTX 980? I don't. I'm looking forward to playing all these games on my PC. Okay, well, enjoy. You play what you play what you like. You know what I mean? But I first of all, the Scorpio was more powerful than your 980, and I guarantee you this. I mean, you play what you like in the day, but the Scorpio would dance circles around your rig. The reason why is that because it's a closed environment. You may have a 980 Ti, but that 980 Ti, the graphics card, the GPU, all that's not allocated for gaming. You know what I mean? It is what it is. 4K isn't that great, like you bugging. Now that right there, spoken like pure hate. Hey, listen, there's a when I say 1080p to 4K, that's 4 times the resolution. Anybody say that 4K is not a native, like you're bugging. Either, you know, they don't have a 4K television, or I'm not gonna say they can't afford it, but 1080p is. And listen, bro, if what would you say 1080p is fine? Stop. Cut this shit, my man. What's your name? Shot FX? Stop it. Why would you say 1080p is fine when console gamers, we're finally getting our hands to be able to play on 4K? It's a big difference. It's a huge difference, bro. It's a huge, especially with HDR. Like, stop it, man. Don't come in here with the bullshit, man. Who wants to play with a monitor? No, give me a 55-inch television, 55 to 65. Like, we keep it real, man. I don't like that's what you call the double damage control. Like, no, we don't do that here. You know what I mean? You can be a Sony dude, you can be a PC dude, you know what I mean? You can be whatever, but you know, like, don't say 4K is not that great. Like, you bugging, man. Like, you're bugging. Like, now you lose all credibility with that. King Kapachi said, next gen, do you think Microsoft will allow devs to charge for patches like they can on the Pro? I hope not, you know what I mean? But end of the day, you know, if you gotta realize this, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, this is a business, and if they can gouge gamers for any little cent they can, they will, you know what I mean? But they got to be up to us, the gamers, not to, you know, go for it. You know what I mean? They're not charging people on PC to play games in 4K. So why would they charge us console games? You know what I mean? That's really anti-consumerism. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got here. Microsoft. Yes, some of those games are dope, but on PS has better games coming out. Not to mention all these games on Xbox. PC doesn't need it right now. Fat Caesar, here's your thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm Fat Caesar. There are a lot of people, a lot of gamers, and listen, I have a very, very capable rig. Actually, I can play games on my Mac if I want to. What little games are available to Steam? I'm a console dude. I don't want to deal with drivers and this and that. I want to sit down on my ass and play with a controller. I don't want to be felt every time I play a game that I'm being put at a disadvantage if I do decide to play a shooter. Somebody got a mouse and keyboard. You know what I mean? So again, you know, if you want to play on PC, enjoy. Do what you do. I'm a console dude. This is a console channel, you know what I mean? So again, if that's the case, you know, with that saying, what you're saying, you know, PS Now is on PC. You know, for those, I mean, if a little, and again, and I'm not saying that's something Sony should have been done. I'm sorry, because if they can bring more revenue to the company, which they can spend on more games, more power to them. You know what I mean? You know, and we just talking about, like I said in the day, people try to use this narrative to fit this whole console war thing. Like Microsoft, all of their biggest games have always been on PC, whether it's Halo 1, you know, whether it's Fable, Jade Empire, Knights of the Gears of War, you know what I mean? I can go on and on. No one cared. Like, if you play on console, you play on console. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have, like I said in the day, I want to play on my console with my friends and interact with them, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? He said, I hope they give Quantum Break the Scorpio treat. That would be ill. That will be ill. And yes, and maybe add a multiplayer component. That, you know what I mean, that game would get, you know, sell like hotcakes. Next gen, they have higher end 4K monitor to go up to, which is cool. I don't want to play on a low ass television though. You know what I mean? If they had them, you know, and I'm just being, man, I like TVs. I don't like little monitors, man. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm not knocking those that do. This is what I prefer. You know what I mean? I don't want to play on a monitor. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit up all close to a monitor at the desk. I want to sit back, lean my chair back, and do me. God of War in the 2007, whenever it comes out, you know what I mean? Like, so you got Crackdown. No, it's not. No, I just think, just keep it real. You know, Benjamin Spurgell put in next gen, why can't these ponies just take the L and face it up? Yeah, you know what? I don't know, man. You know, it was Sony and their fans, or, you know, even a lot of fans, but, you know, the quote unquote console that pushed this narrative about power and frames per second and resolution. And now they no longer have that. You know what I mean? Now, who, you know, and I'm like, he said, no Bloodborne, King of Fighters, Street Fighter 5, Ratchet and Clank all came out already. I mean, okay. I mean, Microsoft, I mean, again, here's the thing, my man, Fat Caesar. And first of all, thank you for joining. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I'm being hostile to you or anything like that, but we can go back and forth about who has the better exclusive. Normally, Microsoft exclusives sell more than Sony's exclusives. Fact. I mean, that's not even up for opinion, but it is what it is. But I say that to say this. It's one thing that we cannot argue about, and that is who's going to have the better version of the multiplex. You get exclusives every 5. This is the case. You get multiplex every Tuesday. So again, it's multiplex that rule. And going forward, the Xbox Scorpio or Project Scorpio, or we should start a petition too, telling Microsoft to keep the name, that they're going to have the better version of the multiplex. And that's not even up for debate. And then when you have people higher ups from Microsoft coming out and saying that there's going to be a noticeable difference between the games, you know what I mean, talking about as far as visual graphics and how the games look, that's going to be huge, man. You know what I mean? That's going to be huge. Really is, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. Another game would put 1080p 60. What game is 1080p? Hold on, another gamer. What? First of all, you're lying. He says 1080p 60 is greater than 4K 30. What game is 1080p locked 60 frames a second on the PS4 Pro? It can't even run games at 60 frames a second. Why? Because they stayed with their dog shit CPU. Come on. How you say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Tomb Raider, 1080p 30. Or unlocked frame rate, it goes to 40 frames a second. Horizon Zero Dawn, exclusive, is 1080p 30. You know what I mean? So again, like, come on, you know, and stop it, 4K 30. Like, cut your shit, man. And Microsoft also already said that the Scorpio can run games at 4K 60. It's a better built machine. You know what I mean? That with a much better, get the GPU side of thing, with a much better CPU. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, you know, like, I don't know what the hell's the problem. Like, you know, like, stop it. Like, you know, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm going through the comments section. But anyway, yeah, so I'm loving my new KS8500. I'm loving it. I was playing NBA 2K17, and I can definitely tell the difference of the HDR. They look more, because I turned it off and played it, and then I put it on. With the HDR, they look more shinier, I guess. Now, I don't know if that was just a patch. I don't know if NBA 2K17 was made or, you know, developed it from the day one with HDR in mind. I do expect games to get better and better and better with HDR, but there is it off, and then you cut it on. You can definitely see the difference. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, NBA 2K17 is a beautiful game. Now, again, if NBA 2K17 does support a pro mode, I will be picking it up also too for the PS4 Pro at the end of the day. Aussie Gamer, what's going on, my man? It's my man Aussie Gamer from Australia. What's the deal, YouTube, my man? Mr. 209, what's good, my man? It's amazing news, by the way, next year. I'm that news tweet you used in column. Oh, thanks, my man. Thank you, my man. Game down sites. Good stuff, man. It's just an article you were just reading. It may do 4K game, but I reckon it's 4K up. What are you talking? They said 4K native. Hey, my man, listen. A love coat, and no disrespect to you. First of all, thank you for joining. If you're still here, man, I don't, bro. It's crazy. You know what's crazy? If Sony was said came out, they were going to be doing 4K native. No one will be. You know, they just take it and run with it. At a minimum, my man, long leather coat. The Xbox Scorpio has 6 teraflops at a minimum of GPU performance. At a minimum, right? Which is more powerful than a 980, right? Again, people are able to game in 4K on a 980. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see what, you know, please. So again, I don't see what's the issue. They didn't say 4K. They said native 4K. And there's no way about upscaling. Like Microsoft again has come out. Phil has confirmed this. Aaron has said this. Not Mike Ybarra, I'm sorry, Albert Pinello. Like, what is the deal? Like, I don't get it, man. Like, I don't. What you guys are? Not to call you dense, but damn, you know, what you want me to write it in blood? You know what I mean? If someone has a 980 and they're able to game in 4K, okay, just, you know what I mean. And that's an open environment. We're talking about. I think a 90 is 5 teraflops, maybe 5.5 at the most. The Scorpio is 16 flops in a closed environment. You know what I mean? Even if you have, I don't care if you have a GTX 1080, right? I think it's like 8 teraflops or whatever, or 8.4, 8.5. Even though you may have a GTX 1080, that card, graphics, the GPU is now all allocated for gaming. If you're watching me right now on the PC, okay? If you're watching me right now on YouTube on the PC or whatever, hit Control Alt Delete and look at your CPU usage, and you're just watching the video. You know what I mean? Well, as far as a console, you don't have to worry about that. It's a closed environment. Even with the PS4 Pro, that would dance circles around most people gaming rigs. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? First of all, you got to take into this optimization, because developers can target, you know, those 36 CUs that's going to be in the PS4 Pro. They know that it is there. Where here on PC, you have 1,000 different iterations. One person may have a GTX 1080. He may have a GTX 1060. He may have 8 gigs of RAM. He may have 16 gigs of RAM. You know, I mean, there's 1,000 different iterations. But with the Scorpio, you're going to get, you know, I believe it's 60 CUs, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and the Zen CPU all of the time. You know what I mean? So they can target that. And with the Windows Universal UDP, that, you know, developers, again, where people are not taking in for, you know, for granted, I mean, they're not taking into consideration, with that app right there, Microsoft, which is ingenious, that developers can make one game with one code, and the game will scale up, you know, to the highest specs possible, or scale down. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is huge, man. And again, we will be in for a treat once. I can't wait to E3 next year. Microsoft shows the console, whenever they're going to show it, and we're able to go out and reserve the console. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. But before I get out of here, do you guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to ask me about HDR? Is it worth getting? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. It's worth getting, man. Hell yeah. But you guys have any questions for me before I get the hell up out of here? Only a pony would say that Rico is a piece. Rico? I don't know what you're trying to spell, my man. Rico? What the hell is Rico? Hey, listen. A Shy FX, he said, I have a high-end PC. Running games at 4K isn't all what it's cracked up to be. Trust me. Just by you saying that right there, my man, you lose all credibility. Stop it. Okay? Like, now you're bugging. Now, listen, my man, that's like saying, you want to tell me there's not a noticeable when you're walking in the Best Buy, you're looking at 1080p televisions and looking at 4K sets? Stop it, man. Like, come on, man. Like, stop it with the silly shit, man. You know what I mean? But any guys have any questions for me, man? Fucking iFraud Gamer, the KS9000. Yeah, it's a good TV, man. I got one of those for $16.50. Chanel, I'm live on the air. Could you please? Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have anything before I get the hell out of here? PS, yeah, they are getting delayed. Who wants to be that 90% of you who won't even another game? Who wants to bet that 90% of you won't even buy the Scorpio because your parents can't afford it? Okay. Oh, that's the same guy. Fat No Blood. Okay. We got any more questions? Fucking everybody. You guys in here? The things cracked down. All right, I'm gonna go down and scroll down to the bottom. Yeah. Who the hell is that? Yo, shouldn't hit like damn cat. This cat in here passing gas, man. Sticking in this cat. Woo! 4K native is not that hard to do with decent hardware. Chill, I got Roz. Tomb Raider also on the chart is better. Sorry, what? All right, man. All right. But anyway, I also gamer calling out PC these days are powerful enough to handle any game closest or not. What do you like? Listen, you must not, hey, my man. I don't think you. I don't think Michael Dell was good, brother. Hey, my man. I don't think I'm not to call you a liar because I don't know you. I'm not trying to offend you. You know, what I mean, just not just when I do these hangouts right there. You know, I don't like it to be. Don't get me wrong. We can go back and forth all day. I don't like them to be. You know, like I'm gaming up on you, but what you're saying is just not true. You know what I mean? You know, prime example. I'm gonna give you an honest opinion right here. Oh, well, not something factual. The Xbox One has 1.31 teraflops in performance, and they was able to give you a game like Rise, in which won all types of awards, right? If you take a PC with the same specs as what's in the Xbox One, the Xbox One would run circles around it. You know what I mean? According to Valve, now again, this is what I'm talking about. The Wii U, this was in 2012, it was more capable than a lot of people gaming rigs. Only 34% of PC gamers are gaming in 1080p. 34%. Where on the PS4, it was like, say, maybe like 95%, and maybe the Xbox One, maybe whatever the case may be. So you understand what I'm saying? You know, I understand that PCs are more powerful than console. It's a personal computer. It's an open platform. You can add what you add, but that's like the super rich. Like, it's like the 1% of the PC gamers have these tricked out rigs. The rest of people just barely getting by. You know what I mean? And again, these are from Valve, they survey. Tavion Paris, NBA 2K17 is messed up on the Xbox One. That's my video. I don't have any problems, bro. I'm playing. I just got finished playing it right now. I haven't ran any issues or whatever. Whatever. Which I'm loving the game. You guys right now, download the NBA 2K7 Prelude, the story. It's the first time I've ever really got into the mod player. Usually when I play 2K, I play ranked matches against my friends. Do the story. It's free. They give you 1,000 achievement points too, man. Zaire, did you have a nickname that you used? No, they just called me Zaire, man. Zaire, I ain't have a nickname. All right. I wonder your opinion on politics and hip hop as well. Me, well, I got a lot of opinions on politics, my man. Got no respect, Z. That cat's got no respect. King of the ponies, I ain't the last of a Don breed. But nah, man, thank you guys. All you jokers have been great, man. Like I said, when I like to do these, can I interview you on my podcast? Put a link once the thing is over. I'll take a look at your channel, man. Make sure you ain't got no weird shit. They got some weird channels, man, here on YouTube, bro. I seen one channel that was advocating for pedophilia. Like, yo, somebody, another YouTuber was talking about it. I couldn't believe it, man. That's crazy. Not saying that you are, but let me just take a look at your channel. I don't mind. I'm not that type of cat, man. I interact with everybody. But anyway, thank you for coming here, rocking out with me. When I start to do these, I'm gonna start adding some of you guys from the comment section to the actual thing, so to get you guys' opinion. You know what I mean? As we're talking about it, you know what I mean. So, but anyway, I'm about to get ready for the Canelo fight. You know what I mean? He's fighting Leon Smith. But anyway, thank you guys for rocking out. But yeah, this is good news, man. I can't wait for the Scorpio. We out of here, man. And as I always say, bang. I haven't said it in a long time, right? Bang, bang. Let me see here, man. Stop sharing my camera. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Do. Yo, yo, yo. I got my Kool-Aid stains on my shirt. It doesn't come out, man. Tell them, Black, I got Kool-Aid stains on. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Thank you for rocking out with me, man. Real talk, man. You guys are the best, man. Real. Also, I got 2 other videos up. I'm talking about this TV here. Also, which is slick. It automatically tells me to have an Xbox One here, TV. I'm going to go through I'm going to do a better video, a better review, and show you the pros and cons of using this set here. Yeah. It's well HDR, man. It's a big deal. I was looking at Superman. Woo! 4K HDR. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What the hell is my mouse at? I lost it. But we out of here, man. Bang.